Betrayal. The word alone conjures up a cold shiver, a sense of dread, a memory lodged deep within the heart. It is a universal fear, woven into the fabric of human experience. To be betrayed is to feel a unique kind of horror, not one of monsters lurking in the dark, but of a trusted hand suddenly turning the knife. It is the feeling of safety dissolving in an instant, replaced by confusion, disbelief, and pain. In the aftermath, the world seems unfamiliar, as if the ground beneath your feet has crumbled, leaving you to stumble through the wreckage of trust. Unlike the gradual drift that sometimes causes relationships to fade, betrayal is sharp, sudden, and jarring. It's the friend who, after years of loyalty, spreads your secrets for their own amusement. The partner who, after promising forever, seeks comfort in someone else's arms. The family member who, out of envy or self-interest, undermines you when you need them most. The colleague you mentored, who steps on your back to climb higher. These are not ordinary disappointments. They are violations of the most fundamental human contract, the promise that those we love and trust will not knowingly cause us harm. The devastation of betrayal is so profound because it is personal. It comes not from the hands of strangers, but from those we have let closest to our hearts. The pain is not just in the act itself, but in the realization that the relationship, the history, the laughter, the shared moments, may never have been as real as we believed. In that moment, the world narrows. The memories, once warm, now burn with suspicion. Every word, every gesture, every recollection is tainted by the new knowledge. This person was capable of hurting you all along. The psychological toll of betrayal is immense. When trust is broken, it's not just the relationship that suffers. Your sense of self, your ability to judge character, your willingness to be vulnerable, takes a blow. Suddenly, you find yourself questioning everything. Was it your fault? Did you ignore the warning signs? Are you too trusting, too naive? The mind spirals, searching for answers that rarely come. In the quiet aftermath, loneliness sets in. The walls go up. You become guarded, wary, reluctant to open up to anyone again. For some, this manifests as depression, anxiety, or a sense of isolation. For others, it becomes a lifelong scar, invisible but ever present. Betrayal rarely descends without warning. Sometimes, there are subtle signs. A sudden coldness, unexplained distance, a reluctance to communicate. Perhaps there are whispers behind your back, stories twisted until they no longer resemble the truth. Maybe you sense manipulation, being used for someone else's gain, rather than valued for who you are. The final act, when it comes, feels like a thunderclap, but the storm has often been brewing for some time, hidden in small acts of disloyalty or selfishness. The reasons people betray are as varied as the wounds they leave. Some betray out of greed. The lure of power, money, or status eclipses their loyalty. Others act from jealousy, resenting what you have or represent. Sometimes, betrayal is born of fear. The fear of missing out, of being left behind, of being vulnerable themselves. There are those who simply never cared, who wore a mask to get what they wanted. And there are betrayals that come not from malice, but from weakness. The inability to stand up for you when it mattered most, or the failure to resist pressure from others. Yet no matter the reason, the result is the same. Trust, once broken, is almost impossible to restore. Throughout history, literature, and our own lives, examples of betrayal abound. In the workplace, perhaps it's the coworker who takes credit for your efforts, or the manager who promises support but throws you under the bus when things go wrong. In families, long-standing resentments can erupt over money, inheritance, or favoritism, turning siblings into rivals. In love, infidelity leaves a trail of broken promises and shattered dreams. Even in friendships, the sting of betrayal can be sharp. A confidant who shares your secrets for gossip's sake, or a companion who abandons you in your darkest hour. These wounds fester because they come from those we chose to trust. Yet as devastating as betrayal is, it can also be a harsh teacher. In its aftermath, we learn to be more discerning with our trust. We recognize the importance of boundaries, of not giving ourselves away too easily or too completely. We come to see that true loyalty is rare, and it should be cherished when it is found. Betrayal strips away illusions, forcing us to see people as they truly are, not as we wish them to be. It is a painful process, but one that ultimately strengthens us. We learn who deserves a place in our lives and who does not. Forgiveness, in the wake of betrayal, is perhaps the hardest lesson of all. It is tempting to cling to anger, to let resentment fester. But in doing so, we carry the weight of the betrayal long after the betrayer is gone. Forgiveness does not mean forgetting, nor does it mean reconciliation. It is, instead, an act of self-preservation, a way to reclaim your peace and move forward. By releasing the hold that bitterness has on your heart, you free yourself to heal. The true horror of betrayal lies not in the act itself, but in the shattering of trust. Trust is the foundation of all human connection, the glue that holds relationships together. When it is broken, everything else falls apart. The pain goes beyond the immediate wound. It shakes your faith in humanity, making you wonder if anyone can be trusted at all. That existential doubt is the deepest cut of all. Yet even in the aftermath, there is hope. Healing from betrayal is a journey, one that requires time, courage, and self-compassion. You may never forget what happened, but you can choose how it shapes you. By focusing on self-respect, cultivating relationships built on honesty and mutual respect, and learning to recognize red flags, you can move forward. Wiser, stronger, and more resilient. Betrayal is a mirror, reflecting the true nature of those around us. It is also a door, closing one chapter so that another may begin. Though you carry the scars, you also carry the strength of having survived. In time, you will see that the horror of betrayal is not in the pain it causes, but in the transformation it brings. You emerge not weaker, but forged by fire, ready to trust again, with eyes wide open and a heart that knows its own worth. And that, in the end, is your greatest victory.